previous one of several posters spotted in downtown Saratoga this week. One of several posters spotted in downtown Saratoga this week. Sound. The gallery will resume in second zone of several posters spotted in downtown Saratoga this week. One of several posters spotted in downtown Saratoga this week. Next show caption 1 of 3. One of several posters spotted in downtown Saratoga this week. Expand. A Saratoga resident reported spotting several white nationalist posters plastered on the sides of newspaper bins around downtown Tuesday. He said he tore them all down. One poster reads, "Money does not rule you," while another states, "Keep America American," and implores the reader to report illegal aliens to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, followed by the agency's phone number. "They are criminals," the flyer reads in boldface red and black print. Both posters have a website at the bottom, bloodandsoil.org. Blood and soil was a key slogan of Nazi ideology. The webpage leads to Patriot Front, a Texas-based white nationalist group led by a 19-year-old white man that the Anti-Defamation League has labeled as an extremist group. Ad choice advertising in red invented by Teeds, the resident, who didn't want to be named but identified himself as a 60-year-old retired software engineering manager who has lived in Saratoga for 25 years, said he saw the posters while taking a walk on Big Basin Way on Tuesday morning. They were plastered on the side of newspaper bins across from Blue Rock Chute and Big Basin Cafe and on the back of a sign on the corner of 3rd Street. "I was completely angry," he said. "My reaction was, are we living in cabaret times? Are people walking around thinking this doesn't happen here? This stuff happens, and here's a very visible manifestation of a subhuman part of our community that is around, and we need to forcefully react against that. We can't have that stuff in our country." The resident said he tore down every one of the 7 or 8 flyers he saw and chucked them in a garbage can. He also reported the incident to the city manager's office. The occurrence caught both Mayor Mary Lynn Bernald and Vice Mayor Manny Capello by surprise, with Bernald calling the incident awful. This morning, the city celebrated its annual 4th of July parade at Kevin Moran Park. "This is a sad occurrence and not representative of all that Saratoga stands for," she told Bay Area News Group. Karen Luddy Whitaker, 64, a Saratoga resident of 34 years, said she was saddened and surprised to hear about the unsavory posters. "I thought we as a society were above all of that," she said. "I just don't like to think anyone with that kind of mentality lives in my community. We are a pretty diverse area and there is no place for hatred here or anywhere." Sham McMeta, a 51-year-old senior product marketing manager who has called Saratoga home since 2007, said he feels disappointed and frustrated about the flyers appearing in his hometown. "I am not too surprised these posters showed up in Saratoga, but I am extremely disappointed," he said. This was the second reported sighting of racist posters in the West Valley region over the past week. On June 26, Campbell City officials removed posters by Identity Europa, identified as a white nationalist group by civil rights organizations. The posters advertised Identity Europa and its website with "Our Generation, Our Future, Our Last Chance" over a picture of white men. The incident drew condemnation from Campbell Mayor Paul Resnikoff, Assemblyman and former Mayor Evan Lowe, and Orchard City Indivisible, the Campbell chapter of a national progressive movement resisting President Donald Trump. Sponsored content is connected TV included in your marketing strategy? By adults spend more than 10 hours and 45 minutes consuming media every day, with much of that screen time taking place on computers, mobile devices. You might also like overnight train travel across the scenic islands of NTUC. Income insurance provider in Singapore 1 o'clock. Toshiba uses technology to build a better world. Toshiba APAC. Former City Harvest Church leaders Serena Wee and John Straits Times. Malaysia's former Prime Minister Najib Razak explains. Business Insider. UA Singaporean foodie? Here's why you should. Singapore tourism on coconuts. Here's why Singaporean foodies must attend the Singapore tourism on coconuts. Man runs out of gas on State Route 92, starts running. MercuryNews.com California porn star Yurzan Beltran died primarily of. MercuryNews.com Matt Lauer's wife makes bold move against husband. MercuryNews.com recommended by